Today, Governor Mike DeWine introduced a new plan to make sure guns do not get into the wrong hands. 9 on your sides, Raven Richard explains how.
It's another part of the Strong Ohio plan, a plan released days after the Dayton mass shooting. It would require courts to make sure all data on criminals are entered into background checking systems.
I found that some of our Ohio courts were failing to follow the law, requiring them to send dispositions and mental health adjudications to BCI for entry into these law enforcement databases.
The governor says many people were being missed, which could then lead to them being cleared to buy a gun. Mark Droke, manager of Center of Mass Defense Gun Shop in Ross, says he likes the idea, but it may not solve the entire problem.
Somebody walks into the store, I have no way of knowing their mental status.
Or about the threats a person may have made on social media. He says the process for knowing if someone can buy a gun does work, but he says there could be improvements. Ross resident Ronald Thompson says at least action is being taken.
We need to start somewhere because we're getting too many young people and too many people just killed in general.
Governor DeWine says funding would come from the state to make sure all local government agencies have the resources they need. But the problem still remains on how to completely protect against threats.
Can somebody walk into a store and pass a background check and walk out of here normally? Sure, I'm sure they can. I'm sure it's happened. But for us to personally know how somebody's mental status is, there's no way of knowing that for us as gun store owners.
And that was Raven Richard reporting.